You never really think that the walls of your home could be hiding something, watching you, breathing with you. But what if they were? What if the place where you sleep, laugh, and dream held secrets that were never meant to be found? My name is John Bretsuis. In 2015, my family and I started what we thought would be a simple home improvement project. We were living in Auburn, Pennsylvania, a small town, quiet, peaceful, old, very old. The house we bought was built sometime in the early 1900s. It had charm, history, a place we could make memories in. We decided to add insulation to make it warmer for winter, but when the contractors started opening the walls, they found something that stopped everything. Dead animals, dozens of them. These weren't just random carcasses, they were carefully wrapped in newspapers from the 1930s and 40s. Next to them were half-used jars of spices, small coins, and strange old trinkets. Some bones were tied together with strings. Some were covered in something that looked like wax. The workers pulled out item after item, all of them coated in dust, mold, and an awful sour stench. We didn't understand what we were looking at. None of it made sense. So we sent everything, the artifacts, the bones, even the newspapers, to an expert in Kutztown, a guy who specialized in Pennsylvania folklore. When he got back to us, I'll never forget his voice. Even over the phone, he sounded unnerved. He said what we had found wasn't just trash or forgotten relics. It was the work of something called Pow-wow magic. Pow-wow, also called braucherij, is an old spiritual tradition practiced by the Pennsylvania Dutch. They were German-speaking settlers from the 1600s and 1700s, often Lutheran, Mennonite, or Amish. Most of their magic was meant to heal, curing sick livestock, finding water, treating ailments. But that wasn't all. There's a darker side too. Rituals to summon protection, or revenge, to trap spirits, or worse. The expert told us that sometimes animals were used as vessels, sacrificed, buried in the walls to guard the home, or to curse it. He told us one specific spell. I still remember the words. To make a dog loyal forever, feed it with your blood mixed into its food. It will never leave your side again. Can you imagine that kind of thinking stitched into the walls of a home? He said these rituals weren't just symbolic, they were serious, real, and they left an energy behind, one that didn't fade easily. We thought that once we got everything out, things would go back to normal. But they didn't. The smell, it never completely left. No matter how much we cleaned, aired the place out, repainted, it was like something had soaked into the wood itself. Then we started getting sick, coughing, nosebleeds, headaches. The doctors blamed mold exposure, but it wasn't just any mold. It was growing inside the walls, and it had been feeding on those animal remains for decades. At night, we started hearing things. Knocks from inside the walls, whispers in corners, cold drafts through closed windows. My daughter swore she saw someone watching her from the hallway, but no one was there. My wife said she dreamed of hands reaching through the walls, trying to pull her in. I didn't believe any of it until I heard it too. One night, I sat alone in the living room. Everything was quiet until I heard the sound of newspaper crinkling coming from inside the walls. Sometimes, when you uncover the past, it doesn't want to be uncovered. Sometimes, what's buried in the walls was put there for a reason. And if you disturb it, you might just wake something that was never meant to leave.